PHH Solicitors are your local Falco solicitors. PHH pride themselves on providing a personal and friendly service to local residents and businesses on all aspects of legal work. Whether it's buying or selling a house, making a will, dealing with family issues or advice about medical negligence and personal injury, PHH are the people to speak to. With offices just around the corner from Highbury Stadium and also Cleveland's, the legal advice you need is right on your doorstep. Alternatively, you can call them on 01253 824 216 or find them online at phhsolicitors.co.uk. Welcome back to the CodCast Series 2, Episode 1. Today we are joined by none other than club legend Nathan Pond. Pondy, how are we?
I'm good, thank you very much. Happy to be here. I've seen a few of Season 1, so I'm happy to be the start of Season 2.
About time we got you on. How's life? And obviously before we could come to the start of your career, how's life been recently for you?
It's been good, yeah. Been kept busy. Kids, obviously, and working here with 18s, 21s. So me and the in-laws have been busy. A lot of fixtures coming up because of the weather, but all the games off as well on the FAU Cup, which was just the other night, so I've been busy lately, yeah, good.
Take me back to the start of your career. How does Nathan Pond first get involved in football?
A long time ago yeah, probably through just watching my dad play football in the local leagues and becoming the manager of a local team. So yeah, as a kid I was always down there setting up the nets, kicking the ball on the pitch, and just took it from there really, and started a grassroots team probably last year of primary school. Joined the grassroots team local, and then ever since then I've been playing like organised football since the age of 10, 11 maybe.
And then when do you realise that you might be a little bit better than the rest? Was there a moment that you thought I could progress into the non-league pyramid or even kick on from that?
I won't say there was a moment where I thought I was better than the rest. I just tried my best as a kid, tried to enjoy it, and then everything seemed to fall into place. Obviously I had to work really hard to get to Fleetwood in League One, where we ended up finishing for Fleetwood, but it's been a long journey to get to that stage. It wasn't like I was better than everybody at the start or at the finish, just a lot of hard work and dedication towards that.
Was you always a centre half as a kid? Because you see loads of footballers maybe starting in the forward area then end up as a defender.
No one starts in the centre half, did it? So at primary schools, everyone just plays up front. There weren't really positions. Everyone wanted to be a striker and put the ball in the net. So it started there, but as it started getting more organised for me, I played at the back, and I also played in midfield for a large majority of my youth careers. Yeah.
When you are getting older, joining Fleetwood, what was that like at the start, seeing this club, obviously where we are now, we know that, we'll come to that later on, but where Fleetwood was when you first joined, what was that first like, what was your first impressions?
Cold. I remember coming up to Fleetwood, I was probably the only lad, I was an outsider really, because a lot of the group then, it was quite local, a lot of Fleetwood lads, Thornton lads, Pompton lads from the area, so I was the only one really from Preston. And it's got good memories, like the old stadium. It was still the same stadium, but obviously the older setup. So even when I look back at photos now, and people see photos, you ask me, is that Highbury? I can't seem to believe the transition's been through.
Absolutely, and you see some of the older goals you score, and you're like, that was never there, and look at what it is now, completely modernised stand, brilliant facilities here at Pilford. What was playing in the North West Counties like? Because playing there often make people from young footballers into men, you're scrapping, you're kind of working part-time as well, playing football part-time, you're doing a load of different things, but it can kind of evolve you as a footballer as well, can't it?
It does, yeah, it's very, very physical, especially going back when I was there, probably 2003, 2004 maybe, yeah. So tackling's changed since then, so it's a lot more physical then. And like I said, I was 17, 18 at the time, playing against some big physical, aggressive men. Obviously I was a lot quicker and sharper than them as well, so you always have to be on the lookout for yourself as well.
Those early days, obviously the football club was still very ambitious in what they wanted to do. Did you ever believe, Andy Pilley, when he said he wanted to do this, and this? Because it's quite ridiculous the statements he was making. If he said this, Fleetwood basically saying Fleetwood want to be in the Premier League now that we're at, considering where we were to where we've got to. Did you ever think this guy's very, very ambitious?
Yeah, come in, he's very ambitious, but if somebody come in, took over, for example, Squire's getting out and said I'm going to get into the Football League, you'd probably laugh at him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So he's backed it financially, backed his dream financially, and he's chose the right managers at the right time and players to get him to where they need to get to.
What was your relationship, and still is, with Andy over the years? Because you're a club legend here, he was here through it, and you rose through the divisions, you're playing 7 different divisions. Was it a relationship that you could go and talk to, as a captain as well?
Yeah, me and the chairman got on really well, still do. Just a sign of respect, really. I think he respects what I've done for the football club, as I never stay, probably since he's come in. And I respect what he's done for the football club as well, financially, and his backing and his dreams made it all happen. It's not just Fleetwood's dream, what's happened to League One is I've become a professional footballer through his dream as well, so it's been good for me, it's been good for him, and it's like I said, it's been good for the town of Fleetwood.
What was the early days like when you're rising through the divisions, winning games of football? Because when you're playing football and winning, it's the greatest sport on earth. When you're losing games, it's not great, is it? What was it like?
Enjoyable, because we had a lot of success, we had back-to-back promotions as well at times, so when you're winning games, the crowd are happy, the players are happy, everyone's happy. And when you lose, obviously, it's not so good, but we picked up momentum quite quick, and like I said, we had a couple of back-to-back promotions as well, so that helped the chairman with his ambition and his dream to go into the Football League.
Does that breed a little bit of pressure? Because you're going into games thinking, win, we've got to win, because you've got to win one a game and a half maybe to get promoted.
Yeah, it's a mentality thing. The gaffers at the time recruited winners, people who want to win, no matter who you are. But got a bit of a reputation coming through the leagues that there's, as they called it, bankrolled favourites and money bags and all that. So people wanted to beat us even more at the time, which the group of players and characters we had at the time was like, well, we'll show you why. That's why we're favourites, that's why this and that's why that, for example. So yeah, we always had a good group of lads as well for every game, home and away.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable rise. And when you're going through the divisions, getting promoted, people often talk, it's a level up now, it's more challenging, but you've kept adapting to that level and you never looked out of place. Did it feel like that for you? Did it feel like every time you went up, I've got to step up here again?
Yeah, like I said, every time we went up as a club, it was my first challenge at the next level. So there's always going to be doubters, not from myself because I'm about my ability, from outsiders, maybe the manager, maybe the new players, maybe the staff, maybe the chairman, or he's not played at this level, so we need to get new players in, which happened quite often. But I ended up getting back in the team because I was better than them, just by my mentality, my hard work and desire to prove people wrong. And I've proved anything to myself. Like I said, every time we went up, it was like, well, he's not played at this level, we need to get somebody else in, and you usually recruit somebody from that who's already played at that level or even higher than that level. And you know how football works, they often get the first bite of the cherry, don't they? So sometimes I have to be patient, but I always got myself back into the team.
You look at clubs when they go up, they often go and do well in the next division, the next season, because they're a team full of winners, and that's what we was. When you're going, up through the divisions, Fleetwood Town wanted to go full time, which is a massive step for any club that want to make that step. It's a big step. As a player, was there ever a question that, can I do this? Can I go full time?
No, I was so excited when they offered me the deal to go full time. At the time I was working and playing part time for Fleetwood, so I was earning basically a double salary really. So when they offered me to go full time, I had to take a pay cut, but that's what's back in my mind, because for me, I've always wanted to be a full time footballer as a kid. So basically, it's my dream come true. So financially, I did lose out, but obviously I wanted to be a full time footballer, so I wasn't going to turn that opportunity down.
Did your life change when you became a full-time footballer? Diet, nutrition, the way you trained, the way you approached football? Because at the start it was fun, something you did on the side of work. Now it's your job.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it seems to go from a hobby as a kid, what you enjoy doing all the time, and then next minute it's your job, you get paid full-time for it. It was a bit strange to adapt. But for me, the only thing I had to adapt was just the load on my body, training every day from twice a week. And my diet and fitness, I was always into the gym and looked after myself anyway, but it's just obviously my body obviously I didn't play for no academy either, so I wasn't used to, from 16 to 18 I didn't train full time like the scholars do here. I was just playing grassroots twice, 3 times a week. So for my body to adjust, it took a bit of a while. I did pick up a few niggles and knocks, but I was better off for it in the end.
What was the best moments from those early days? What would you say standout moments, promotions, big memories?
Yeah, I've got plenty. Obviously, it's hundreds and hundreds of games and 6 promotions there, so plenty of big games that stand out. Some even stand out and even win. For example, when we played Preston at Deepdale, obviously being from Preston, 2-up at half time and losing the game. That game always sticks in my mind, probably for the wrong reasons, because we got beat. But yeah, playoff final against Alton, scored the first goal. North West Counties when we got promoted for the first time, where I scored away at Newcastle Town and Chris Beach ended up getting the winner. Just loads of memories, like just endless memory. Penalty shootout against Charleston. So I could go on forever and ever talking about memories. There's been so many memorable moments in a Fleetwood shirt for myself. It's been really good.
National League, you mentioned memories, 103 points, 102 goals. The aura that squad had and the goals it had was unbelievable. Talk me through that squad. There was a few named, obviously, that we can go through all day. Jamie Vardy, another one.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your relationship with Jamie.
Well, art of football now, obviously, if we cross each other's path, we'll say hello. We don't stay in contact really. Obviously, he's a busy family guy playing outside of the country, and I'm up here doing what I need to do. But yeah, got respect for each other. It's a good character to have in the squad. And like I said, speaking about that squad, there's so many match winners, so many good characters, so many big characters as well. Very memorable, very enjoyable playing in that squad, and just knew our sports staff around that squad who work here, and mentioned like we just knew before each game that we was going to win. Like you said, was it 103 points?
Yeah.
103 points, and it could have been more because we sort of like we had 2 or 3 games left, and we sort of took off the grass. But the league's been won. I think we played Cambridge away, so I think a lot of changes got made, and I think Jamie White picked up a bad face injury that day as well. So I think that was on people's minds going into the last 2 games, knowing that the season's done. We're going into the Football League, we don't want to be picking up any serious injuries going into that. But 103 points, I think over 100 goals as well, was it?
102. 102.
I think it's something like 20 odd unbeaten, 30 unbeaten. So yeah, really strong team, really strong characters, and yeah, really enjoyable season that.
I think Wrexham got something like 98
98
points, which is unheard of. I think they actually went up with 111 points a couple of years ago as well.
The National League, I've been saying it for years, like it should be 2 automatic spots and one for the players, because Wrexham finished on 98 points and they only just got out of the season, out of the league a few seasons back, and look at them now, they're probably on the brink of looking to get into the Championship.
Notts County, Barnet doing well this year. It is like a League 3, isn't it? It is an unbelievable competitive division. Going back to Vards, when he rocks up, and he's been saying many times, in a jeans and t-shirt, are you not looking at him going like, what is that at the start?
No, it's just a lad from an estate in Sheffield, isn't he? He just loves football, he wants to score goals, wants to do well, and he deserves everything he's got. I don't think anyone expected him to go on to do what he did, but he always had the hunger, desire, and he knew where the back of the net was, and that's the hardest thing in football, putting the ball in the net.
Was there a worry that in the January, when he's obviously scoring goals and he's doing really well, that obviously Andy promised him, look, you get us promoted and we'll promise you, if I get £1 million, he got it quite easily in the end. Yeah. Probably could have waited a little bit longer. Now Andy, it's a bit frustrated that you maybe done that. Did you maybe have a word in his ear saying, come on mate, you are vital to our promotion here, come on, get us promoted?
Well, that was nothing to do with me. That was between the chairman and obviously Jamie Vardy and probably his agent. I don't know the conversation, but I knew there was plenty of bids in January for him, and I think he was disappointed at the time not to go. But as soon as his transfer window finished, he just knuckled down and probably scored another 15 goals in 15 games for us just to get us over the line. I don't know what agreement he had, but he got us promoted and then off he went, did his job.
Yeah, and he's done well since, hasn't he? You're looking. Does that surprise you how well he's done?
No. Well, yeah, to get to the Premier League and do what he did, but when he did come to the Premier League, I was saying to a few of my mates, obviously I played with him, his aggression and his speed and his contact, what he makes with centre-backs, obviously we watch a lot of Premier League football now, and everyone seems to stand off the centre-backs and let them do what they want, but he's coming for you. And his first year in the Premier League, that's what it was like. A bit different now, obviously he's getting to that age, but he's still got blistering pace, but he just reserves it more.
We see him on the pitch and everyone loves him because he's that cheeky chap that has that wind up in him, that he can just wind up and defend. Was you like that here, even 10, 12 years ago?
Oh, we had a few, didn't we? We had him, we had Mangan, we we had Maguire, we had Richard Brody. So we had a few wind-up merchants, but like I said, the core of that group and the togetherness and had each other's back all the way through. Good.
When you get promoted to the Football League, it wasn't always you plain sailing, as a club, to get there, those rocks in the road, but we get into the Football League. What was that like? Because obviously that you kind of came out for a bit and then obviously had to come back to, fight and earn your place.
Yeah, for me, I was buzzing to get there. Then last day of pre-season, maybe 2 days to end the pre-season. Before the season started, I ended up going to Grimsby. So I think they signed, it might be Neil Moweni, maybe, or somebody else maybe. I think it was Julia they signed. And obviously, like we were speaking before, you're not played at this level, probably deemed not good enough for this level, all that, blah blah blah. Didn't turn out in the end, so I ended up coming back after the 6 months on loan there and getting back in the team, earning a new deal and then becoming the captain.
What was that hard for you at the time, for the first time, saying, look, we don't feel you can do it, where you've always been trusted before?
I won't say I've always been trusted, no, it's just been trusted when I've proved myself to them at that level. But every time I go up a level, they seem to be like, I've not played at this level before. But maybe towards the end of my career, you can do it at this level, when I'm 3-4 seasons at the same level. But it's just playing well, getting in the team, keeping your head down. I always say a cream always comes to the top.
Working, in the Football League, dream come true. That was what Andy wanted when he came in. What was it like, to play? Was it tougher than you expected, or do you think actually I feel at home here?
Yeah, every league, every transition to the next league is tough for everybody. It just takes time to adjust. The quicker you adjust, the better it is for you. But I feel like I've adjusted to every level quite quickly, to be honest. Might be a bit biased in my opinion, but in my opinion I think I've adjusted to every level quite quick. Obviously I'm learning on the spot, but it's new to me. It was new to the club as well, so we're all learning on the spot. Obviously we've got players who's played at that level, signed players on levels above, but I wasn't the only one learning on the spot.
When you talk about standards and coming in and doing the right things as a professional footballer, you often label that with Graham Alexander, what he's done, and you've worked with him, after Fleetwood at Salford as well. What was working with Graham Alexander like at his time at Fleetwood?
It was good. I enjoyed it with Graham and Chris Skip. Yeah, good. He's professional. He played over 1,000 games, looked after himself, dedicated himself to football. So similar to me, I'm about to get in early, get in the gym, do my work on the training ground, and if there's anything to be done after gym-wise, I do that as well. And then obviously you got all your recovery as well. So I've always tried to be in best shape as I can with the team and myself.
First season is done in the Football League. You stabilise, which is, as a football club, it's like, I haven't pushed on, but sometimes you need those years to go again. And the next year was an unbelievable season for the football club. Talk me through that promotion season, because we had ups and downs. I think we lost 14 games that season, but to get promoted at Wembley, through the playoffs. We played Burton 5 times that season, I think twice in the FA Cup.
And one once, yeah.
I know, and you actually scored away at Burton as well, didn't you? Obviously, when I think we won there 4-2. So, talk to me about that season.
Yeah, exciting season, good season. Like I said, I think we lost 14 games, but it was quite a tough league at the time. And if you just time it right in League 2, because you get the extra 3 automatic and you get your 4, so if you get to the last 10 games in and around the playoffs, then you're in with a shout to make the playoffs. And who did we play Burton? Who did we play in the semi-finals of the playoffs?
York
City, yeah. They had a good
on
side,
Saturday.
Playoff game got plus 1 because of the rain, yeah. So we beat them 1-0 over 2 legs, and then we beat Burton 1-0 in the final. So that was 3 playoff games and 3 clean sheets. So I was happy with that, yeah.
What was it going like into that York game? Obviously, experience from getting promotion through playoffs or going up as league champions, but obviously the game getting called off as well. Does that affect you as a footballer?
Not really, no. I was prepared for the game and it got called off, and we couldn't really believe it because we sat watching, I think it was Preston versus Rotherham on Sky Thursday early at kick-off, and then we turned up to the stadium and the game got called off. Well, we was ready to prepare ourselves for when it got rescheduled.
Get through that, win the game. It was a scrappy 2-leg affair, 1-0 at Bootham Crescent and then 0-0 at Highbury. Very few chances in that game. And like you said, York had gone on a really good run to get into the playoffs actually that season as well. And I think they beat us at Highbury, didn't they, in the February 2-1. To get to Wembley, what was playing at Wembley like for the first time? How did you prepare as a footballer to play at Wembley, the home of football?
Yeah, that was a credit to Alexander. Nothing changed, just like a normal away game. Wanted like a normal away game, travel the same, in your tracksuit so you're comfortable, pre-match videos, and went to the stadium, day before to have a look around, just to get like the nerves out of the way, take your photos, whatever you want to do. So when you do come on match day, your focus is on getting promoted.
The day of the game, you're walking out, leading the team out. What was the overriding thoughts?
Mark Roberts was the captain that day, so he walked out. Yeah, I thought so, just willing to play, ready to go. Couldn't wait to get out there. It was boiling as well, so really hot day. Your family's there, and it's just, we'll say, it's just a bit of a strange feeling. But once the whistle went, it's just settled into a normal game. You don't even realise you're remembering really.
75 minutes, 50 minutes of the game left. It's very scrappy. Sarsi's obviously dinked a free kick. You've gone up. Did you get a connection on that ball? Did you touch it?
If I say Sarsi ain't going to be happy, but no, I knew it was going to be a scrappy game. Like you said, we played them 3-4 times. There was a few draws, really close, scrappy encounters with Burton. But the free kick coming from Sars, I knew I wasn't getting it, but my intention was just to put the goalkeeper off, jump as high as I can. And I think my heel sort of touches me, but VAR now it's offside. But I think it was just offside as well. But my intention was just to put the goalkeeper off, and hopefully it worked.
We get the goal, 1-0. We kind of defend really well. Actually, I don't really feel any part of the game that we're under threatened, but you never know in football. And then late on in the game, and charging through on goal, and there's opportunities. What's going through your mind then? Like, was it adrenaline or was it just run?
A bit of adrenaline. I was just made the wrong decision. I'm not used to being in them situations, running. I think it's 2v1. I think Bowley was on my right and Josh was on my left. I should have just played Bowley, but I tried to be a bit clever and try and like a little reverse pass into Josh on my left, but then give it away. So panic station set in again. I had to get back, but it was good. Last minute of the game, running. I won't say regret, but I always think about that. Like, if I just backed myself for speed and just kicked in a little foot race with him, maybe would have been a different outcome possibly. But I was very tired at that point. Obviously, a long season and 90th minute at Wembley as well.
The whistle goes, promotion to League One, which signifies 6 promotions in 10 years. What was your reaction? What was the dressing room like?
Oh, it was buzzing. Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't really see the dressing room because I had to do the drug test after the game. So I, after the game, did the interviews with BBC Radio Lunch, I think it was, and celebrating on the pitch, and obviously they choose the random people to get drug tested. So it's quite strange, sat in a room like no bigger than this, well, just a bit bigger, double size of this table, with me and one of the, who else was it? I think it might have been Maxwell maybe. Me, Maxwell and 2 of the Burton players we just beat. They sat there with us, right across from each other. It was quite awkward really. So I started a little conversation with them, just had a chat, and then I think after we saw so much, I think it's 50 mil, 30 mil maybe, but you've got to do it in one go. Obviously because we were rushing to get back in the changing room, I've had it and I've not quite reached the limit it needs to be, so I had to wait again for my body to produce the right amount again. So by the time I got out of the changing room, obviously it was boiling hot, weren't it, at Wembley. Just playing 90 minutes, your body's dehydrated, you ain't gonna have a wee, are you? No. So I was waiting a long time, so by the time I got it changing room, I think it was just Danny Moore picking up the last bits of kit and all the lads were on the coach waiting for me, so it was a quick shower straight onto the coach really, so I sort of missed the celebrations. And you've got a great relationship with Danny Moore. Danny Moore was actually on the CodCast, and speaking fondly of you, what's your relationship like that with Danny? Oh, well, he's been here since I was here 2003, so I've known Danny over 20 years. He's a good guy, we get on with each other really well, have good laughs. Back here coaching Household's team daily. Let's call him Dad, he's my second dad, isn't he? So sort of looked after me over the years, and see him every day, so it's just the relationship's back as it was as a player really.
How did the summer look after promotion to League One? Because the third tier, you're going, Preston are in League One that season as well. How does it look?
It was busy because obviously lads and family lads with their families have holidays booked, and then obviously 2 stag do's, I think it was at a wedding as well, and then obviously because you go to the playoffs, your off season's quite short, so it's only like probably 2-3 weeks off and then you're back at it again really. So yeah, that's the downfall of the playoffs, but the XC winning at Wembley beats automatic promotion.
When we play in League One, we start off quite well. I think, did we win our first 3 games?
Games,
yeah. And I think it was Crewe on the opening day of the season, and there were some really good, memorable, moments in that season as well. What was playing in League One like? You mentioned Preston before.
Yeah,
going there.
Well, I think I went up there. Preston, Sheffield United, Blackburn, Bolton, some massive clubs, Portsmouth, some massive clubs in League One at the time. So it was really good. Looking forward to the challenge. Obviously, there's all going to be another level for me again, another level for the club again. Obviously new grounds to play at for myself, new grounds for the supporters to go and watch the team play at. So it was really good, exciting, and I think we did alright, held our own.
What was it like before the Preston game? Obviously you said a lot of friends, I'm guessing Preston fans as well. They're going to Deepdale, hometown club against a club that you've been at for a long time. What was it? Was it going to be a nice experience before the game? Forget how the game kind of ended up.
It was good. Like, obviously, I don't live too far from the stadium, so a lot of friends and family. A lot of them are Preston fans' friends, so there was one in the Preston end giving me a bit of grief. But it's good you walk out of the town in there. So I remember being at half time, 2-0 up, looking for him, walking down, thinking, yeah, we got you here, and then somebody had different ideas and ended up losing 3-2. But it was a good experience, good crowd. But like I said, we've gone from playing derbies at like Squires Gate and Bamber Bridge, Chorley, and then next minute you're playing Blackburn, Preston, Wigan, then down the road. So there's plenty of good derbies, isn't there?
That season was really good. I think that my standout moment, Sheffield United away, I think it was an unbelievable day, 2-1, that the first time, and we've beaten them there since. That season I think we finished it top 10, I think 63 points for the first season. The next season doesn't start as well. What do you kind of remember anything about that? Maybe thinking, oh, have we been found out? Has something happened? What was that, do you think? First time as a club?
I always say it's not always going to be, you're not always going to keep rising through the leagues. It's going to come to a time where you sort of find your level and have a bit of stability for a while, which you mentioned before. You're not going to keep winning. And obviously, I just mentioned the clubs before, like your Portsmouths and Sheffield United, Blackburn's in the league at the time, Preston, like the financial backing and support they've got compared to the size we are. Yeah. It's always going to be a difficult challenge. So to get to League One and be in those 9 seasons in a row, 10 seasons in a row.
10 seasons, yeah.
To be at that level for so long for the size of the club's unbelievable achievement.
Results don't go as well, and unfortunately Graham Alexander leaves a football club, and it's never nice seeing anyone lose a job. I think we lost 5-1 away at Gillingham, and Stephen Presley comes in, and I know obviously you looked on the table there, you speak the stamp that he sets. What was he working with someone like him, in the game? A bit like Alexander in terms of standards as well.
Yeah, I think there was mates from Scotland set up. It's good. Him and Neil McFarlane drove the standards with wanted the fittest team in the world, in the league, wanted to press really out of the pitch, wanted to play out from the back, which was difficult, especially for my skill set, playing out from the back. But not just that, obviously at the time you had to start outside for the box, you couldn't come in the box to receive the ball, so by the time you come from the goalkeeper to me, you're under pressure next to your own corner flag, and sometimes it worked really well, we passed our way up the pitch, and sometimes it ended in disaster. But the standards are set in their intensity, driving the sessions daily, and then he brought in, he's big on the nutrition as well, so it was like hydration test every day as well, so you had to make sure you drink the water on your way in.
That second season in League One, I think we played Blackburn for the first time at Bloomfield Road. As a Preston fan, what was it like going there?
Just a derby, exciting for the team. The whole town was in to play Blackpool in a league match as well, so it was good. It was good for the club, good for myself. Yeah, enjoyed it.
And we do eventually stay in the division, and then obviously Presley leaves his role. Uwe Rosler comes in, and that season was unbelievable in so many ways. What was Uwe like? A very different character that the football club attracted there, with an experienced pedigree of a manager.
Yeah, Rosler's really good as a coach. His tactics and the way he looked at the game, got his message across to the lads really good. Got on with him quite well most of the time. Me and Uwe, yeah. Obviously, I was a City fan, so he's one of my favourite players growing up as well. And then when he come to the club, he got to coach me. Well, he's had experience, like you said, in Wigan, beat Man City as well, and then he went to Brentford and Leeds. He's had some massive clubs, so to come to Fleetwood, to me, it's a bit of a surprise that we've attracted someone off him. His name is calibre, so it was good. He was a really good coach, though. We had a really good season, solid. Put us to a back three, started playing three at the back. I was in the middle, so nice and comfortable in the middle.
Yeah.
And then we finished. I think it was third, fourth. Finished fourth. So we had a great stint in Russell.
Yeah, I think that team. I was going through it the other day when we did the game away at Charlton, where we equalised late through Amari, and we had a really settled squad that year. It always felt like there might be one or two changes in the forward area, but the back three was always itself. The 18-game unbeaten run, which started in around October, November time, and ended obviously to Bolton in the middle of March. What was that like? Any key memories over there?
No, we just had a lot of clean sheets. I think overall, we had probably maybe 20 clean sheets that season. So, like I said, it's built 3-5-2, 5-3-2, however you see it. It was built good foundations, but solid at the back, and we had good players like Bowley and Delantico, Chris Long at the time, people who could put the ball in the net. But we always knew it was a set piece threat as well. We had a big key Bolger as well, so we scored a lot of set pieces in that team. But we knew it was solid, so we just needed one goal. We knew we could score and then see the game out. But good season.
Yeah, I think we won some Walsall away, I think MK Dons, Coventry, Sheffield United was 2-0. It was a phenomenal season. Getting into the playoffs, what was that like? Again, League One playoff semi-final, Bradford.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a slugfest, wasn't it? The game. It wasn't a great watch.
Well, at their place, it was I think we had one chance. David Ball tried to chip the keeper, just unlucky with that. But they scored from a set piece. That's how important they are. Yeah. But we was under the cosh for a lot of the game there, to be honest. As a defender, blocked. Me and my teammates at the back blocked plenty of shots. It could have been a lot more another day for Bradford, so we stuck in the game 1-0, taking them back to Highbury, where we knew we were quite strong, but we just couldn't get it over the line. I think it finished 0-0, so that took us out of the game, out of the playoffs.
The next season was always difficult because obviously you're trying to replicate it, but you lose key players. We had Ben Davies and Olone who was really, really good that season. Bawley left the football club. I think Connor also departed. I think Amari Bell actually departed halfway through the season. So you're losing the spine of your team, and then you coming to kind of towards the end of that season. Was there any thoughts in your head that I might depart the football club at some point? Because I think you signed a new deal under Rosa in the January of that previous season, hadn't you?
Yeah, I think the club took my option of what they had, so I was there for another year. And then coming the season, that when Joey coming at the end of the season.
Yeah,
and then Joey ended up coming, so I finished the season, and then Joey come at the end of the season. I had a quick phone call with Joey over the summer, and just obviously I got offered from Salford. Graham Alexander took the Salford job, and he rang me. I said, well, I'm not going to leave League One to go to National League. He said, oh well, what if we give you an extra year on your deal? And I said, well, if you can sort that, then yeah, definitely willing. Obviously I just had a family, like a little girl as well at the time, so I think I was 33, so a 2-year deal at 33 helped me financially to support my family. Nothing to do with football reasons, just pure financial support for my daughter growing up.
Was it hard leaving Fleetwood?
Oh yeah, of course it was. Yeah, I've been here since 17, 18 to age 33. If Fleetwood could offer me a 2-year deal, I still would have stayed, but at the time I think it was when she was over 30, it was 1-year deals with Greta Steinson. That didn't last very long when I went with it, so I just made one move for one for another at the time. So then Greta sort of went on, and then things changed again, so maybe it was seeing it out, maybe 6-7 months, who knows what could have happened.
At that time though, as a footballer, you need to kind of take opportunities and contracts.
Yeah, I had to, because like I said, I had a young daughter as well, so the next year in football would benefit her financially.
Salford over the years have had many players at Fleetwood have had and built themselves, and Gary Neville actually said in an interview he spoke to Andy Pilley at Fleetwood at the start and asked for his advice. Could you see very similarities between the two football clubs?
Yeah, definitely. The way they run, the ambition to get into the Football League. Salford in the Football League now actually will help them do that. But definitely big owners, investing heavy. A lot of players, a lot of turnover with players as well. Obviously, they want it fast. I think Salford wanted it a bit more quicker than Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Salford wanted it quick. They went through too many players, in my opinion. If you don't do it after 2-3 months, and someone else will be coming in, someone else will be coming in, someone else will be coming in, and then that's when players start. You have too many players in your squad, and it's not good for anybody, I don't think.
What was it working with the owners like? Were they involved? Did they help you out?
We had a few conversations, but I didn't really see him. Sometimes there are meetings in the training ground in the morning before the players arrive, but I didn't really see him that much in and around the training ground. But there was always at the games and that, most of them.
So you're coming towards the end of obviously your footballing career, looking ahead. International football comes about. I think Jamie Proctor's just come out recently and spoke about it. How did this first happen? Obviously, to represent Montserrat in some capacity is unbelievable. How did it come about?
Well, I was on the coach to playing Yeovil, I think it was Yeovil.
Yeah.
And you need 3 internationals at the time to get the game called off. It's like, I think Maxi Wales, Connor, Ireland. It's like, who can you play for? And that's how it come about. He said, I'm going to email them now. Obviously, I can play for Dominico or Montserrat. So he emailed them both, and by the time we got to the hotel, probably about 5-6 hours later with the travel, had some food, got back into my room, and then just come up on my email and replied back, and just went from there really.
What was it like playing? What was the standard like? How did you feel?
I felt good. The standard's very mixed. Obviously you got 2, 3, 4 lads who play National League Football League, and then you've got 10 lads who all play from National North South, or probably National South, down towards your Northern Premier League. It's a very mixed bag. Professionalism, very mixed. Obviously professional lads trying to do the right thing. The lads playing in non-league not used to their standard today professionalism, so a lot of frustration on both sides really. But just playing in the heat, adjusting to playing in the heat, obviously 32 degrees sometimes, you're playing at 2 o'clock kickoffs. So the team you're playing, they're used to it, there's no water breaks or anything like that, you just got to go with it. But it's a great experience just travelling to countries playing with different teams.
Obviously, coming out of football and being as a coach here, how have you found that? Has it been challenging, different?
At first it's challenging, just getting used to coaching and what type of language to use, because I've gone from being a captain, being aggressive centre half, shouting and demanding and organising, to coaching when I first come, it was like 11s, 12s in the evenings, and then 16s in the afternoons. So just get my language, thinking about what I'm saying before I say it. More of that now, so that's happening. So I'm adjusting every day and learning every day as a coach, so I'm really enjoying it. Would
management ever come into your way? Was it something you'd like to do?
Yeah, coach, head coach, management. Yeah, I'd like to do. I want to go as high as I can. Same as football. When I started playing football for Fleetwood in North West Counties, my aim wasn't to stay in the North West Counties, it was to get as high as possible. Premier League, didn't get there, but I went as high as I could. And same with coaching. I want to coach or manage or be a part of something at the highest level, whether it's Premier League or whatever it takes me.
I've got a quiz question for you. I've got some quick fire questions, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So the Wembley, can you name me the starting 11 and the two? I'll tell you, we used 2 subs that day. Right. Can you tell me the starting 11?
Starting 11 was Chris Maxwell, Charlie Taylor, Mark Roberts, Nathan Pond, Conor McLaughlin, Josh Morris, Anthony Sarcevic, Alan Goodall, Matty Blair, Ian Hume, David Bowe.
That's 11 out of 11, very impressive.
2 subs, Stuart Murdoch and John Parkin.
Bang on the money. Wow. Hey, I was unsure if you get maybe. I maybe thought 10 out of 11 and maybe one of the subs. Some quick fire questions.
Yeah.
Dinner party, you can invite 3 of your former teammates. Who are you inviting?
Vardy, because it'd be lively feast there.
And you can ask him if I'm just coming on the CodCast as well. When he comes over.
Coming on the CodCast. Vardy, Steve McNulty, just for security, and Jamie Maguire to wind everyone up really.
Best moment in a Fleetwood shirt?
Winning at Wembley.
Worst moment in a Fleetwood shirt?
I'm going to say one of my sendings off, there's plenty of them, isn't there? Worst moment? No, none really sticks out, to be honest. I won't say, that's the worst moment, but yeah, probably scoring an own goal down the road. That was a good moment for me. You get
remembered of that a few times.
Still get stick for that
now. Describe Nathan Pond in one word.
Got to think carefully on this one. Adaptable, I'd say.
Describe Fleetwood Town in one word.
Enjoyable.
A player that you played with that you think maybe should have played higher than he did?
Richie Allen.
What was your favourite pre-match meal?
Peanut butter on toast with banana and honey.
Post-match meal?
Anything was not good for you.
Do you have any pre-match superstitions?
No.
Fair enough. Most famous person in your phone book?
I don't really have any. I'm not famous in my phone book really. I don't know anyway.
Best manager you played under?
I really liked working under Graham Alexander.
Hidden talents?
0.
And favourite promotion?
Wembley.
Nathan, thank you for joining me, and yeah, thank you for everyone that's watched at home. Give us a like, and yeah, be tuned for more episodes.